Keep talking.
Yo, last Sunday?
Mm-hmm.
So what is it? How'd you get involved with it?
So I saw an Instagram post, and I've always wanted to be a better runner. You know, I gave up all the smoking, nicotine, and everything. So I traded it for running.
Yeah.
But it's so hard to run by yourself.
Yeah.
You know, so whenever I saw that post, I just showed up last week.
Really?
Yeah, there were so many people there.
Dude, you are so cool.
Thanks.
Just like daring to do that, just to see a Facebook post and you've been running by yourself. And so now you just decide you want to go join a little running club. That's badass.
Yeah, I like to meet people.
That's SOAR. That's the SOAR lifestyle.
No, it seriously is, because I never would have had the confidence to go and do anything like that until I came to SOAR.
Yeah.
And now I get to tell people all about it and how I work out and do Olympic weight training. And I have so much to tell people.
Yeah. You talk to them all about it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I just talk to everybody like I know them already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a gift.
Yeah. One girl today, she was like, "Oh, I thought you looked familiar."
You have ADD?
I don't know if that's a real thing.
I think it is a real thing.
I try not to think too much about it.
I studied a little bit just because I'm pretty sure I have it. And there's gifts with it. You know, one of the gifts would be like what you're just describing, where you dare to just roll up and show your whole heart on your sleeve to people. Be vulnerable. You have that. Do you do that?
Mm-hmm.
I know you do that. But it talks about the book I read. It was called The Gift of ADD. And it talked about how it's like a superpower, you know, because you dare to just roll up to people. And, you know, sometimes I overshare.
Me too. Then I get a little anxiety.
Yeah. Then you walk away, pull that up to you.
Yeah. Get that thing right up.
There you go.
Right up.
There you go. There you go. I'll overshare. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I'll walk away and be like, damn, dude, why did I say so much?
I do that so much.
Yeah.
I overshare a lot.
Yeah. That's one of the signs of ADD is oversharing.
Damn.
And then having feeling you worrying about it afterwards. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I try not to do that though.
Compete with the worry.
Yeah, because that's who I am, and I love myself. So.
Yeah. Damn, but you didn't always love yourself.
No.
Yeah.
No. There was a time I didn't love myself at all. That's so sad.
So I want to get into, I want to know who you are. So where are you from?
I'm from Pennsylvania.
Yeah, you grew up in Pennsylvania?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I grew up with 3 sisters and a mom in very poor conditions. My mom had really bad boyfriends, real shitty, in trailer parks and projects.
Really?
Yeah, very abusive. But my mom did the best that she could.
Yeah.
And it was better than what her parents did.
Yeah.
But, it still wasn't good.
Yeah, so her parents were hard on her?
Yeah, she grew up really, really hard.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yeah, so...
So, what do you mean projects?
very low income.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did you grow up here?
No, Pennsylvania.
Oh, yeah, okay, sorry.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
I moved here 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So I've always wanted to move out of my hometown. I dated my high school sweetheart for almost 10 years.
Yeah.
So whenever we broke up, I just wanted out of there more than ever.
Yeah.
And I was dating somebody else at the time. And then that didn't work out shortly after that either. So
what part of what part of Pennsylvania?
Near Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh?
Mm-hmm.
Just a suburb of Pittsburgh, basically?
Mm-hmm. Uniontown, it's called.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
So what did it look like? What, is just a small little town, or?
Yeah, kind of. Not big like Salt Lake. So Pittsburgh would be kind of big.
Yeah.
And that was 45 minutes away or something. But yeah, kind of smaller. Like there were nice areas, and then
Yeah.
like not. I don't think it's that much different than like Mill Creek where I live now.
Okay.
But and then you know how you go like to South Salt Lake and it's a little,
Yeah.
you know, like there
Yeah.
are parts of that there. Kind of the same.
Was it so like what is like a wooded area you lived in? So like kind of country.
Well, I lived in town, but it was like just regular, not like high income or super
Yeah.
low income.
Yeah.
And then like once I got older, and then yeah, there were like a lot of wooded areas. Pennsylvania's pretty. There's pretty nature there.
Yeah.
It's hellacious though, not like mountainous like
Yeah.
here.
Did you just want to get out of there? Mm-hmm. Yeah. How come?
Yeah, I just was stuck in the same place with the
Yeah.
same people, and yeah, I just wanted to expand. I was like
Yeah.
felt this urge that I wasn't supposed to be there, and then like a lot of like things just started happening. Like
Right.
my ex like cheated on me with my best friend, and then like I
Yeah.
lost my dog, and like all of these things happened, and I knew that it was God telling me to like move.
Yeah.
And
were,
then
were you a substance abuser during this time?
alcohol, yeah.
Yeah.
So alcohol, Adderall, and then got kind of bad into coke. But
Yeah. This when you're in high school
no,
or later years?
yeah. So alcohol probably always. I think my mom got me a bottle for like my 16th birthday or something. She was an alcoholic. And then, yeah, it was just alcohol until a little bit later in life. I want to say I was probably 24, 25 before I ever did any drugs.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to be like my mom, and she was a substance abuser.
Yeah. It was just alcohol, or did she have other?
More alcohol later in life, but she
Yeah.
had done a lot of,
Right.
you know. I hope that she gets into recovery one day.
Yeah. Do you still have a relationship with her? Or?
No, not much.
Yeah.
I don't hate her at all.
Yeah.
You know, I do think that she did the best that she could,
Yeah.
you know. So I've talked to her like maybe a couple text messages since I've moved here.
Yeah.
We don't have too much to talk about, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, that's a beautiful perspective though, what you just said about your mom. You know, I don't like doing the best that she could. Because that's true. That's that generational poverty and generational substance abuse, right?
Mm.
So it's like there's no handbook on how to parent. And then if you got parented a certain way, and that involved your parents being substance abusers and poverty and abuse, and then you move into having a kid, and there's that. It's like what else do you know?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then there's the low income side of it where they don't know how to, poverty. Man, we've talked about it on here before, but poverty. I analyze poverty quite a bit. You know, I worked up here at Clearfield I worked at Clearfield Job Corps for a number of years with a bunch of kids. Troubled kids, and then I also worked at Ben Lomond High School, really low income area, you know, and then now I'm kind of at Clearfield High School, which is kind of another area that it's not low, it's more low income, but so I've kind of been and seen these families just struggle and wrestle with poverty, you know. But yeah, I love your perspective on that with your mom not being resentful, being like, well, she just did the best we could, even though you don't have much to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she did do a lot better than her parents, for sure. Like,
Yeah.
I kind of feel bad for her.
Yeah.
And she just didn't have, like, the right people or opportunities or, like, know how to expand as a person to do better. Like,
Yeah.
and I understand that. So
Yeah.
I still love my mom. I mean, she's the reason why I'm here. You
Yeah.
know, we just
Yeah.
don't talk much. That's all.
Yeah. What about your siblings?
I talk to one sister sometimes. The other two, they kind of, you know, whenever I was home, we would get together on holidays and stuff. But
Yeah.
You know, we got along. It's not like we don't talk because we don't get along. We just don't have anything in common.
Yeah. Are they older or younger than you?
One's younger than me, but she had a baby at 16. So, and then 2 older. They're all 3 married and have kids.
Oh, okay.
And they're pretty close. And they're close to my mom.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, and I call and check in and ask how everybody is.
Yeah.
And whenever one of my sisters has time, she returns my call and stuff. It's nice.
Nice, dude. And never a father? Yeah.
No, my mom says that it's some guy that died whenever I was real young and I never met him.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's that person or not. Or
So did you ever have like a solid man in your life growing up? No.
no, my mom had really awful boyfriends.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were super abusive.
Oh, man.
Like very physically and sexually abusive.
Oh, wow. I'm sorry.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
Because I can relate to women that have been through the same thing. Everything that's happened to me, it's so that I can understand other people that have been through that. I'm not sorry.
Dude, you are so cool. Like, I don't know. I can tell you're working on a great. Well, I obviously have always known because you've been in SOAR, but you work an incredible program.
Thanks.
Yeah. So when did substance? I want to get into that, like the substance abuse. Did the substance abuse back in Pennsylvania push you to move? Was that what caused you to move? And why Utah?
Who I was dating at the time just said, "Hey, you want to move to Utah?" And I just said, "Yeah."
Yeah.
So I was getting worse with like coke right before I left,
Yeah.
but I never tried meth, and that's my DOC, you know.
Right.
And Adderall I was getting worse with that, and like always alcohol. But I didn't know that. Like I thought that I always had it under control. Like
Yeah.
I didn't know that I had a problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, you know, I just thought everybody was like, you
Yeah.
know, like
Yeah.
people dabbled way more than me though. So I've got a little bit further to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
So whenever I moved here, like a month later, my ex had broke up with me and I was like devastated, you know, like end of the world, like
When was this?
like a month after I moved here.
So what 2 years ago?
Almost 2. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll live here 2 years at the end of April.
Okay.
So yeah.
And so then you were out here alone.
Yeah, and in the same day that I moved my things out of our apartment and to an apartment with my roommate, she introduced me to meth.
Oh.
So I was like literally never so lost and alone in my life.
Oh, damn.
Bet you moved your stuff quick.
Yeah.
Fine.
That's crazy. So then what was it? What happened the first time you did meth?
So the same day I had Adderall. So I was like, it wasn't like I don't know. I don't think it was like the fireworks that everybody made. I wasn't hooked like immediately,
Yeah.
but I didn't know that I just always had the problem, I think.
Yeah.
And then like a couple days goes by. The next day she was like, "Oh, my boyfriend's like getting on my nerves. I have to get high." And I was like, "Get high? That doesn't make sense, but all right. Like I'm not trying to, you know."
Yeah.
She's like, "Here you go." I'm like, "Okay." And at first she was like, "Oh, I kind of feel bad for showing you this." You know, it was like pretty traumatic looking back at it now. Like,
Yeah.
and I didn't know that like she was into drugs, and I thought that it would be like everything else. Like I would do it for like a day or two and then I would need a break, you know?
Yeah.
Sorry
Yeah.
to be graphic, but were you just sniffing it?
No.
Oh.
Okay, the first time that I did it, I was like, I'm not smoking that. Like that's so bad, you know? And she like snorted it with me and she was like, "That's horrible. Just do it this way. Smoke it," which is much easier than snorting it. So like literally just for the first couple, like the first time, literally.
Yeah.
And then 10 minutes later, she taught me how to smoke it.
Yeah.
And then like a day goes by and then 3 days goes by and I haven't slept. And I'm like, "Do you take a break? You know, like, do we take a break from this? Like, what do we, you know?"
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And she was like, "Oh, yeah, we do. Don't worry about it." Like, you know. So, and then I didn't take a break for 6 months.
Wow. So for 6 months, you just were.
Yeah, well, a couple months went by, and then I learned that she was a very sick person. You know, very manipulative and just super sick.
Yeah.
And she actually didn't like me at all.
Really?
at all. I was like, wow, I think this woman is doing more damage than like my ex did. She was like very like mean to me, just so mean. I was like, wow, I'm not doing good, and I think that I have a problem. Like it took me a couple months to like realize, oh wait, I don't know if I can go back now.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I moved from there, and then I lost my job the first time that I like tried to quit because I didn't know that you needed to sleep for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But you do.
So you were going to work on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so then when you you were on it for 6 months, and then when you pulled it out, you passed out for 2 weeks and missed work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And I told unemployment the truth that like I got fired because and I thought that people would feel bad for me because I was addicted to drugs.
Yeah.
And that's not how it goes.
No.
You were just honest about it.
Yeah, like you can't be an honest drug addict. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's not the way that works. So I really just like, I'm grateful for all of it though. And I can laugh about it. Like
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
all so silly. Yeah. So then I like got sober for a little bit, but I was never going to like admit that I did anything. I was just going to put it behind me and just move on.
Yeah.
And that wasn't going to work either. Because God gave me a gift that I was not using. So I was just
Right.
getting sicker and sicker. And
What do you mean? Say that. Elaborate on that. God gave you a gift.
so I think that I feel very grateful for my drug addiction and everything that I've been through because I can help so many people now.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
especially the women on
Yeah.
Saturdays.
Yeah.
Man, I think that I'm really doing something special there.
Yeah. I know you are.
Like, especially yesterday, there was one girl, 2 days sober. Man, she looked at me and she said, "You seem so happy." And I was like, I am. Like, and I think we're skipping ahead a little bit here, but
It's fine.
like, it was so powerful because I was like, I am, and you will be too. Like, soon, you know?
Yeah.
And then we went to a meeting after the spaghetti dinner. And the person with the most amount of time and the least amount of time, they got to hug, and she got a book that everybody had signed around, like signed a little note in an AA book. And I got to connect with her a little bit more. And just the way that she looked into my eyes, it was so special. I was like, wow, she's going to be great. She's going to be okay. And I'm going to try to help her with that.
Yeah. And so when you were trying to quit, going back to your story, when you were trying to quit, you weren't using you basically hadn't gotten into recovery.
Mm-mm.
You just were kind of white knuckling your sobriety.
Probably went back to just doing Adderall.
Well, I don't think that I could find any.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was just like white knuckling it,
And
and
how long did you make it?
6 weeks.
Yeah.
But also, I couldn't find any meth,
Yeah.
so like I had burnt all the bridges,
Yeah.
and I like because for a while it was like not completely by choice,
Yeah.
you know. So then I was just like mad. I was just like angry, and I
yeah.
begged and pleaded, and like would do anything, you know. It was so bad.
Yeah, that's sad. And
Yeah.
so then what? And so then you relapsed
Yeah.
after 6 weeks.
Yeah, one day.
Was that when I saw you? So during that 6-week period, you came in here, and you were kind of you were wanting to do it, and then and then is that when you relapsed after? And then I lost track of you you were gone for a little while, right?
Mm-hmm.
So talk about that.
Yeah, so I came in here one day. Okay, at Canyon, at my job that I lost,
Yeah.
I met I was on a crew with this boy that told me about his brother that got sober. He was like the first person I told that like I had a problem because he had shared that he had a problem with meth for like a year.
Yeah.
And I shared with him that I was struggling, and he told me that his brother went to this place that's a gym because he knew that I liked to work out. I never did anything like this, but I had worked out before.
Yeah.
And he said that there's a gym and there's like therapists there too. And you like do all these group activities and like you have a bunch of friends there. And he's just like telling me about this magical place that has everything I've ever been looking for.
Yeah.
And I couldn't remember like the name of it for a little while, but I could never forget about what he told me. Like it always stayed with me. So, and then one day I messaged him and I came in here. Oh, I got a hold of Frank. Oh, wait, the first time I called, I left a message and Frank called me back and you guys had just gotten back from the Grand Canyon.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, what? They go to the Grand Canyon too?
Yeah.
I was like, this place sounds amazing. So whenever I came in, you know, I had gained like 20 pounds of like bad weight and I was feeling like really insecure and I was like really struggling with not doing it, like doing the drugs, and I didn't have any good coping skills. I had like no tools. I didn't know anything about like anything.
Yeah.
And whenever I walked in, I heard about the youth program. It was 4:00, I think.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, that's super magical. They have children too. Like there's children that struggle. And I talked to Kyle first and just standing right down there.
Yeah.
He said, hi, what's your name? And I said, Sam. And he's like, oh, so what's your drug of choice? And I was like, you know, like Adderall, but worse, you know? And he was like, oh, a big crack guy myself. I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I do crack.
What's up? I'm a crackhead.
And like at the time, I was like, why is he saying that so loud? Like, people actually talk about this. So, and then Frank comes out, and remember we went into the room?
Yeah.
And we met, and I remember you telling me that you were like, oh, remember I said, you mean like I can't do any drugs? I was like, what about like Adderall? What if I really need it, you know?
Yeah.
And you were like, you don't need that shit. And I was like, you mean like mushrooms? I can't even like those. That's the happy drug. I can't even do like mushrooms. You were like, no drugs.
No drugs, dude.
You were like, we're getting spiritual. Like, and then you said, so what? I'm ADHD as fuck. That's who I am. And you were like, we're going to get spiritually fit here. We're like, this is what we're, and you were explaining the program to me. And I was like, I don't know if I can do that.
Oh, shit. That is funny, dude. I remember that meeting. That was a special meeting, actually. I remember that. I remember talking to you about it. And I remember after I left the meeting, I was like, damn, dude, she is so cool. Like, I hope she really, because you told me you were from Salt Lake, and I was like, because that's a barrier. We get a lot of people from Salt Lake and they're like, oh, I don't want to make the drive. That's like a big barrier. And it's not that long of a drive if you just tie it into your program. Just be like, oh, I got a 45-minute drive. Well, it's 45 minutes of spiritual work and audio and just chilling in the car to get my mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you tie it into the program, it's not a big deal.
That's exactly it. I used to have really bad road rage.
Yeah.
For the first couple months that I was driving here, man, I still get put over sometimes. Not in a ragey way. I just speed a little bit, but I'm not like mean to anybody else on the road now.
Yeah.
But before, I would be like that crazy person that like, and then I would make fun of myself, you know, because I would be like beeping the horn, like, just get out of the way, you know, just so angry. Yeah. And now I've learned, we had a guest speaker. It was Frank's grand sponsor, I think. And he was like, you can really tell how much growth people have done, or like how much work they've done on themselves by how they treat other people on the road. And that hit me in the face like a ton of bricks.
Yeah.
So I was like, go ahead. Just go ahead.
Just come on in. It's okay.
Now I just zoom around them nicely again. Whatever. I need to do better.
That's funny.
But yeah, so I've done a lot of work on that, and I do just practice spiritual work. And now I get to tell other people, like, yeah, I drive an hour here. It takes me 50 minutes. I love it. The drive's great. And then other people like look at me like, oh, if she can do that, I can do that. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. So after that meeting, when did you relapse? Because how long were you away until you came back?
Like 6 or 8 months.
Oh, yeah.
Like 7 months.
So did you go back out?
Yeah.
For 6 months?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it was fast. It was so fast. Everything happened like the first 6 months that I was out. It was like I knew one or two people and I knew like this much about like drugs and addiction and stuff, you know? And then it was like, that was like 10%. And then I went back out and it was like 100%. And then it was like all these people and it was normalized and everything was happening so fast. Like I had a bunch of people that I could reach out to and like, and then I lost and I had an opportunity with an even better job and I messed that up.
Yeah.
And I'm so grateful for it.
Yeah.
Though.
Yeah. And then you came in here. So when was it you came in here? Was it in
August?
August. Yeah, that's right.
A couple days before my birthday because I wanted to get sober on my 30th birthday. But I couldn't. I didn't.
Well, you had one relapse after you started, right? Or none?
None since I started listening.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah. But my car got repoed. Remember, I came in for like that one day, and then this is what you're thinking of, and then like a couple days had like 3 days or something, but I wasn't sober that day that I came in. Remember?
Yeah.
And everybody asked me how many days you got. I'm like, none.
None.
Yeah.
Like I'm messed up right now.
Yeah, I said none.
Scared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people say none.
Yeah. Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people say none.
Yeah.
Negative 5.
It is incredible what you've done. You know, I mean, because I remember liking you so much, and maybe we were all talking. I was like, "Damn, bro, if she can do this, like, it will be the greatest transformation." You might be one of the greatest transformations I've seen.
Thanks.
You know, I know I haven't like not just physically, but like the way you talk and your spiritual condition and just, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not just your physical, obviously your body and your physical body's completely changed, beautiful, you know, and the way you're training out there and everything. It's so impressive. But I think what's even more impressive is just like your spiritual condition. You know what I'm saying? What do you think about that?
Yeah, I feel a stronger connection with God than I ever have. Like right now, I wake up in the morning. Sometimes I don't feel great, you know, but then I always have a go-to. I can just pray to God and then do something hard, you know? So I always get a cold shower. And I have like all of these tools now.
Yeah.
And such a strong connection with God that like I know that I can just have a good day all the time. I mean, not all the time, but like most of the time, like I get to have good days because anytime that I go the other way, I can recognize it and then I can do something about it.
Man, talk more about that. I think this will help a lot of people. Like, so talk about your morning routine when you're watching for thoughts that are going to take you in a dark way. How do you combat that? How do you keep this bright light about you?
I think a huge thing is cold water. I know it kind of sounds crazy, but the first couple of days that I got sober, like that's what I did. I would get in the cold water. There's natural antidepressants, fresh air, go for a walk, cold water, like, and that's where God is. Yeah. And I know that. So I always get a cold shower in the morning. And then I get out and then I get dressed and I try to move around, you know, and get outside as soon as possible. And then I have animals in my house and like ducks outside. So I really like that. That helps me stay spiritually connected. I journal all the time. I'm working the steps with Kyle. So I get to reach out to him and share some cool stuff. I talk to a lot of people on the phone. A lot of people call me and I call a lot of other alcoholics. Yeah. And that's really cool. Yeah. I don't have that many bad days anymore. I do have bad moments, but whenever I do, like I schedule with Cord. Yeah. You know, or I have like all of these things and like, I don't know, I've been practicing so much. I can just notice whenever I'm like not thinking the right way now.
Yeah. And then you just notice it, step back from it. Basically you become the woman in the back where you like just can... You step out and you become the observer, right? Is that what I'm observing that this narrative that I could attach to, if I do it, if I attach to this narrative, it's just going to cause me to suffer. So I'm not going to go there. I'm just going to use God.
Exactly.
Is that what you're describing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've gotten a lot better at noticing my feelings and being able to step away from them and say like, whoa, calm down. Like if I feel very intense feelings of any sort, I'm like, okay, calm down. Let's see what this is about.
Yeah. You just back up from it.
Yeah.
And then the voice in your head's like, all right, just chill out. Like this isn't, you're not, everything's fine. And you're just got almost like a positive affirmation, and you're talking to yourself, which is really you, which is really you, not the intense feelings. They say a lot, name the feeling, like, oh, I'm pretty angry right now. What's the deal? Like, just chill out. You don't need to be angry right now. Like,
that's why, like, first, feeling like I used to get super angry. So that's like something that has stuck with me. And that's what I can notice whenever I'm feeling like extremely angry about something.
Me too.
Sometimes I just giggle about it though.
Dude,
like,
I feel that.
yeah.
I feel that. That's one of the main improvements I've had. Is I used to be like way angry all the time and like punch shit.
Yeah.
It's been a long time. I haven't punched one wall since I got sober.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Anger. Do you, I've been working on this one because a lot of my sufferings, if I feel like someone's threatening, like attacking, questioning my ability or questioning my competency in something, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then I tend to get very defensive with something like that. And then the next move from that is rehearsing. Because like, it's like you're trying to protect yourself.
Yeah.
Trying to protect your value by building up. And then now I attack that person.
Yeah.
Mentally. Rehearsals and then the worst thing is if you end up saying something, then you really go low.
Yeah.
Then you really take a step down in life. Your spiritual condition takes a step down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whereas if you can see that, back up from it, and realize that like not everybody's going to be on board with Dustin. I don't need everybody to validate me.
Yeah.
I don't need that. And I can let this move right through me, and just stay right here. And my worth can come from my Heavenly Father, my God. He's the only one that I need to prove. And did I do a good job today? I did do a good job today. I tried my best, dude. Like, I wasn't perfect, but that's when the grace of Christ steps in and, like, good job. And they're both like cheering me on. Proud of you, bro. You're doing good. Just don't worry. You can't please everybody, So I don't know. Do you struggle with that? Do you struggle with like pleasing everybody?
I think that I used to, and I definitely still struggle with being defensive.
Yeah.
Because like I've put so much work into myself, but then
it seems like those of us, me too. I feel like I work so hard, trying to figure out this disease, writing books, trying to everything. And then when someone, or even weight training, and then when someone questions my competency with that because of the work I put in, dude, I don't, and that is honestly, I feel like if I can figure out that piece and react better with all that stuff, it will eliminate most of my suffering.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we are the reasons why we suffer. And sometimes I can do so good with that. Like if I'm having a hard time with something and I'm like, I'm really in here revving up some stuff. Sometimes I can be like, Sam, you're doing this to yourself. Like you are doing this. Just go relax. Just say a prayer. Do something nice. Go take a breath in the sunshine and just relax, bitch.
Relax, bitch. Yeah.
Like that's how I talk to myself.
I love that, dude.
Still.
That's so true. That's the man and the woman in the back stuff. That's seeing it. So once you recognize it and you call it out, like, hey, relax. You call it out, then that just creates just a little bit of space. You're not that anymore. You can be entangled in it, and then if you get entangled in it, you're gonna suffer. But if you call it out, and then it'll create that little bit of space. But I noticed from there though, the real work comes because it wants to keep coming through the back door. Like I want to keep thinking about it. I want to keep going,
tough.
bro. But if you can keep keep that space, it'll keep getting a little further, and then God is able to really, the charity of the Spirit comes into your heart, and then it's really easy to maintain that.
Let it go.
Let it go. But you better be on guard when you first recognize that you're doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Exhausting. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It makes me tired just thinking about
Yeah.
it. Like that state of mind, I hate those days. It happens in the morning a lot. And I will be like, all right, I've been in my car for 15 minutes now, and I'll realize I've just been running a loop of like frustration.
Yeah, and you're mad at people.
And just mad at people, and this is unfair, and this is. I'm like, wait, dude. Like, I just woke up like an hour ago, and like I haven't even opened my eyes. I feel like.
Yeah.
Well, and
Pissed.
it's true that old adage of a resentment is eating poison and expecting someone else to die.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sick. That's a
Like,
good one.
dude, it really is. You're sitting there eating that poison, suffering, and they're off enjoying their coffee.
Yeah.
You know? God,
That's sick.
I'm so tired of that. I'm so tired of having that. I had one last week, and it took me down. And people notice when it happens to me because I look at it like I'm traveling to my lower self. And so, I don't struggle with depression. I struggle with what I'm describing.
Yeah.
And you just said it, I'm causing it. So I go to this lower self, and while I'm down there, I learn a lot. You know, that stuff that I've been working on this. After I came out of it, I learned a bunch, but I don't like being down there. And I cause some damage when I go down there with my relationships.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you're down there, I'm irritable. I'm mean. I might say something to somebody.
Yeah.
You guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. And to the people that you're closest to, I feel like I'll say like the most wrong stuff to the people that I'm closest to. But we just have to quickly make an amends whenever we do that and forgive ourselves and just do better.
Yeah, I love how simple you are. You brought that up on the trail yesterday, and I've been thinking about it since you brought it up because I know I could tell you felt insecure about it, or like you were wondering. And no, what you said was beautiful. That had nothing to do with you. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say too much because you know what I'm saying. That had nothing. Like I understood. Most people understood.
Yeah, I just start to overthink sometimes.
Yeah.
And if I would give it some time, most of the time I can process it. But it's nice to just have a community and somebody to talk to about it. So that eased a lot. That you were like, no, Sam, that's not you. Nothing to do with you. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it was more no, that was beautiful because I think that's one of your gifts is you're able to portray sobriety in a simple way, like how you portray it. Just like, no, dude, the simplicity of learning to love yourself, like you talked about yesterday.
Yeah.
And also you made the simplicity of like, life is awesome. You know, there's nothing wrong with saying that.
Yeah, but I feel like, so I got a little insecure because I had given somebody advice that was on a different level than me. And I just said, but life is beautiful and it's worth living and you can do this. And, they were like, oh, easier said than done. And then I felt a little insecure and defensive. And I was like, you think I don't know that? You think I don't know that?
Yeah.
But and then I was like, wait, just because I'm jumping around and all giddy all the time doesn't mean that I don't know what this person is or I can't relate to this person. And then I spoke to Hawk about it and he reassured me that
the reason you're so happy is because of the beautiful work you've done in the shadows.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I seen you in the shadows, and it's because you had that grit in those shadows that you've endured through that, and you competed with it, and you learned how to use those tools while you were in there. And that's why I think you're free today.
I think so too, and just being able to lean into the hard things, and like a lot of people question like what rehab I went to like before this, or like I was like, man, at home I just came to SOAR, and I didn't go to like a detox, or I'm not saying that there's a wrong way or a right way to do anything, but I was just like, I was very dark and suffered, and it was hard and it was horrible, and I'm never going back there. And now I know to just like do hard things. Yeah. And that like gave me the strength to do hard things. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Makes perfect sense. Okay. Yeah, I know. And you've really, the way you've done SOAR, first I want to say thank you, because I don't know, you really did SOAR. I shouldn't say did, you do SOAR. I mean, you do all of it. You do the scenery side of it. You're always chasing. You do the movement and scenery side of it. You know, you do the 12-step side of it, the spiritual work side of it. I mean, SOAR's big, right? You participate with the nutrition. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I've met too many people that have done SOAR like you, where it's all of it. You're training with the barbell. You're into the barbell. You know, you read. You're putting audiobooks. You're trying to do the present moment protection walks. You know. And it's just, I want to thank you, you know, for participating in it like that, because, you know, I talked to you on the phone. I've been thinking about you as a coach, you know, and how valuable, because the way you become a very good recovery coach, SOAR recovery coach, is by just doing it, you know, and so you'll be able to talk about all facets of it. Like, dude, you'll be able to talk about the scenery. You'll be able to talk about God. You'll be able to talk about movement and scenery, cold water work, training with the barbell, where to put your hands on the barbell, how to front squat, how to back squat, how to deadlift, how to power clean. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Damn, dude, that's a valuable person out in the world, especially in this day and age, don't you think?
Thank you. Well, thank you for everything, because this place is really like everything that I was ever searching for. And whenever Frank said that there was a scholarship program and I filled out the application, I remember saying that if somebody gave me a chance, that I would make them very proud. So I've just, I've always looked at this like it was like the biggest gift. This was everything that I've ever needed. Like, and I love it here. Like this is, I remember whenever it finally clicked that like this was a safe place and that I could just come here. And and then once that happened, like, wow, I was like, this is where God is. This is where everything is. Yeah. Like, I love this place so much. So thank you for creating it.
Yeah, I know. Me too. I mean, I know Reichley is too. It's because it's weird. I don't know. I'd be struggling. If I didn't have SOAR, I mean, coming over here at night, sometimes and just being able to sit in these groups and hang out with a bunch of substance abuse. I mean, my best friends are here, you know, and that's what. If I didn't have that, like
group therapy is
seen some people. Yeah, I've seen some people that have gone back out recently. Kratom's getting a lot of people to go back out, but like they go to the 90 and 90, you know, meetings. They're like, and that's great, beautiful, going to AA meetings and stuff. But like, and I was thinking about my recovery program. I was like, I just go to SOAR 4 days a week.
Yeah,
you know. And it's a better system for me. And then I hit church on Sunday. Yeah. But I can sit in a group 4 nights a week. And then there's so much power in just hanging out in the gym, training and talking recovery. You know what I'm saying? So it's not just the classroom. You can stand in that gym and just bullshit.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. And everybody's just kind of in there, and there's badass music. And
we've all been like at the probably lowest points of our lives together. Yeah. So that's just an automatic special bond. Like I was talking to Cord about this in therapy on Saturday, and the connections that I have to these guys in here and girls, I've never felt like that. Like nobody has ever understood me the way that these people in here do.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it is. Being able to just be vulnerable and
I just get to be myself. And turns out like I'm really funny and people really like me and like all these things I never knew.
yeah, that's great. That's so cool. And then another side of it is just watching the new person, like the new person that was there, you know, that brand new person that's, you know, we got a few of them in there right now, and it's and just wanting them to see that if they just keep doing it a little longer and they'll start seeing the rewards of the way of life that we're laying down for them, trying to get them to live, you know, and I ran into a guy last Thursday. It was when my kid's baseball game up in Timpanogos, and he works for Wasatch. His name's Decker. He's actually he was on my old podcast, and he's a friend of mine. He's the one who got me into Wasatch that's the rehab I went to, inpatient. I only went there for 3 days, but he's a good dude. Like just fighting for people, trying to help people. And he's the admissions guy. He does all their outreach, but he gets people and brings them in and figures out all their insurance and like hustles for people, you know. And he was telling me that it's crazy, and he knows this industry, like he's plugged in. And he says what's crazy right now about like rehab and the industry is all the young people are dying. Says it's just like all there is older people.
Yeah.
Because because of what's going on with fentanyl.
Yeah.
He said, like, dude, there's just like no young people.
That's so sad.
They're like hardly getting anybody into treatment because it's just the fentanyl is just killing people.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
That's brutal.
I thought that was wild.
God damn.
Yeah. So, so I guess what I'm saying is, like, dude, there's a need for a SOAR recovery coach, and especially a female SOAR recovery coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great.
That would be such an honor to do something like that.
Well, I mean, you're basically doing it. You know what I'm saying? You're on that. You're doing it.
I just got to learn more, which I'm excited about.
It's just like, I got to learn more too. So the competency's never ending, you know? That's why I've been telling Solomon and Jack as their coaches in the gym. And it's like, you only learn by just getting in it.
Man, they're smart. I learn a lot from those two, especially Jack. Boy,
Yeah.
I admire her so much.
Yeah.
I was like, am I doing this right, Jack? I really look up to her, and I think that I have a lot to learn from her. So.
Yeah, like she's amazing. But it's the same. You just get into it and you get right in the grind and you just start working with people. And you kind of develop your own art. So like you're like looking at someone's back and you're like Chuck said something the other day. Like Chuck's trying to learn how to coach too, you know. And he's like,
Great.
one of the thing is trying to figure out how to get people to have a flat back when they deadlift, right? They'll round it or they tuck their hips under and like Chuck's like, push your belly button into the floor. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that just came out of his mouth. And that's just his art. That was a beautiful cue for the kid to hear, and the kid just like pushed his belly button, his back went. I was like, damn, Chuck,
there you go.
I've been waiting for something like that. I never come up with something like that, you know. But that's how you get into coaching, is you're right in it, and then God kind of tells you what to say, or you fumble around and you're gonna be wrong. Like you're gonna like, how many times like I've done it wrong, or wrote a poor program for somebody or whatever, but that's just how you learn, you know? And so I'm excited for you with that.
Yeah, so am I. I want to just let people know that they can do it, that they're strong enough.
Yeah.
And I think that I'm getting a lot of practice doing that with the women that I'm working out with now, just as like a influencer, you know, because I just dance around, you know, and so many women come to me and admire like how happy I am. And I think that I give them a lot of hope.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of faith, you know, that they can do it too. So then I just share that with them.
Yeah. That's beautiful. That's an important class that's important that you're doing that.
Can you remember the first time that you and Frank had recommended it. Okay, so whenever I first started working out here and they would come in on Saturdays, I would say, oh, well, that's my cue, because I had never had women in my life. I've never had healthy, a lot of healthy relationships like my sisters and my mom. We all kind of never hated each other, but we were never closely bonded.
Right.
So I'd say, oh, I've always just gotten along with men better, right?
Yeah.
So whenever they would come in, I would just say, okay, well, that's my time to go. I'm out. And I would kind of run away from the girls because I was like afraid that they wouldn't like me or something.
Yeah.
And then whenever I finally listened to you guys and I went and worked out with them, I remember my first day, I just rolled up and we were all grouped up to start stretching with Jack. And I was like, hey guys, I'm Sam. The guy said that I could work out with you, and I'm just trying to make some girlfriends, see if there's anybody here that I can make friends with or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was just like myself. They were like, "Oh, we love her," and then I never stopped, and now I do make all kinds of friends there, and it's really special.
Yeah, that is special, dude. Proud of you for doing that. That's amazing.
It's my favorite part of the week now.
Yeah, going in there and working with them.
Yeah, the girls that are just like 1 or 2 days sober, and just I can really understand how they're feeling, and I don't ever forget that.
Yeah.
That's a really cool gift that I have.
And dude, and they need to know that they can train with a barbell. Like a female. The females are the best. They're the best. It's the easiest to train them with a barbell. You know what I'm saying? It just they're more mobile. The front rack position comes easier. Their flat back becomes easier. They can push their hips back better. You know what I'm saying? Their squats usually better. So it's just, and then when the lights come on for a female, like it has for you, like with the gym, when you're like, holy shit, like this is hard, but like I'm doing it. Like the lights come on hard, like quick for a female. More than a male, you know what I'm saying? You can get males who they don't like to train with that pain train. They get like they'd rather, like, you get a lot of people who just want to go do bicep curls, which is fine. But like that pain train where you're, because SOAR, that gym part is really about the mind. First for your spiritual condition and your mind, especially early recovery, those, the EMOMs where you're 12 push press, right? And then the next minute, 12 deads. And then the next minute, 12 burpees. And then, and you're uncomfortable and your lungs are, that one right there with a female, when they learn about that and they get through that, the lights come on quicker than a male, At least that's what I've seen. And, I've been doing this for, 20 years now, And so I love that. I love that. And so I think like having you come in here and be able to teach a female this it's going to be huge for SOAR, And then just your background with just knowing meth, knowing about the substance abuse and how to, getting unblocked and being able to find God, all your whole thing's just gonna be incredible.
Yeah, and I think it's gonna help me just as much as what it helps anybody else or more, honestly.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Like getting to help other people is like I think that's like a large part of how I've stayed sober this long. Just having so many other people like that motivate me to do my best and be my best all the time. And just community, I guess.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's step 12, it's like sharing the message, and so the principle for 12 week is for SOAR is service, because it's like this last week when I went, or what was it? It was about a month ago. I went to Vegas and, like I didn't really have any desire to take myself out of reality at all. And I was thinking, but like, if it does come in to use, it's like, I'm too involved with too many people and I'm working and I like what I'm doing with helping people. I don't want to destroy my trust with others.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to destroy that.
Yep.
And that's a big one.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
Yeah. So if it comes in that I'm going to get in a relationship, go pick up Kratom, or
Yeah.
like I'm working with too many people. I like this.
Yeah.
I like doing. I want to have these podcasts. I want honest conversations.
Honest conversations.
Yeah. I don't want to
Can't be
be
starting over again.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to have a secret anymore. I don't.
Don't want to be a liar anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not to say if relapse happens. Yeah. You shouldn't lie.
Yeah.
You should. For anyone out there listening, because relapse is going to happen.
Yeah.
We have seen it. We see it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can't lie about it. Then you're just going to get sicker. Promptly admit it and just freaking get back on it, you know?
Yeah, but it seems like the scariest thing in the world. So, like, I understand why people can't, but that's the best thing to do. I just threw myself into SOAR, and it was hard at first.
Yeah.
You know, I butted heads with people in a couple of the groups, and I wouldn't listen. But then it all worked out. I just kept, you know, just putting myself out there, even if it wasn't turning out great and I didn't know how to like do it. I just kept doing it, and then it does just work out. And then you figure out what you need by just letting people in.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the worst part in early recovery is like the thinking errors, and you get twisted up. You build out those scenarios and those assumptions. I mean, you know what I'm talking about?
That
like
nobody likes you
or,
and that you're a pain.
Or someone's, for me, it's somebody gave me advice and I didn't like to hear it. So I want to argue with them in my mind, you know? Dangerous early recovery. You see that a lot of people get twisted up in their heads when someone comes at them and says, hey, you know, what are you doing? What did you know, if they give them hard advice, people get twisted up, you know? But you know, as a coach, you have to be hard. You have to be honest. Like love and tolerance behind that honesty and how you deliver it. But like if you're fucking up, like you got to be able to say, hey, you're fucking up. You know?
I admire that about you guys whenever I was giving everybody a hard time, but you know, like I got the tough love and the honesty. Now, especially like from Cord and just like no messing around. Like you're not helping anybody by babying them or sugarcoating it.
Yeah.
Or anything. Like come from a place of love always.
Yeah.
But like don't BS it. Like
yeah. Yeah, you can't just bounce around with it. It just doesn't. Yeah, you don't really love them. You know, if you're not going to give them that advice.
That's hard to understand though.
Yeah.
Because you have to put in the work to have the confidence to say those things to somebody.
Yeah. Remember when I was, dude, they said when I was getting sober or when I was wrapped up in it, and people just coming at me, everybody trying to, you know, calling me and telling me, and I'm just getting defensive. And Frank, I remember Frank one time, I wanted to take a barbell, because like I was like I wasn't going to be able to train here anymore. You know, I was like getting kicked out basically of the gym, and I was like, dude, can I take a barbell? And he's like, no. Why would we let you take a barbell?
That's harsh and sick.
And I'm like,
no,
this is my gym.
Yeah.
I started this gym, you know. But like just stuff like that. I was so off base. Like just everybody's out to get Dustin, you know. And I remember I like yelled at a couple people. Like, yeah, I was just lost, you know. But just like that early recovery, when you're trying to figure it out, you think you're right. But everybody who's sober and who's got a heightened spiritual condition, they just see like this train wreck.
Yeah.
And then they're trying to give you the proper advice, and you get defensive, and that's when people can't get sober unless they can say, all right, dude, you know. And it wasn't until I was going off to Wasatch and had lost my job at SOAR. I remember Frank saying, or I can't remember who it was, if it was Neil, it was one of those guys, and they're just like, we have to let you go. We have to fire you. You can't see the truth about your behavior. Why we can't? And they cut off my salary. They cut off everything. And then it was like, then I kind of woke up. I was like, holy shit. Yeah. Like, look what's happened. And then I had to go into the school district, and then I left, took a leave of absence there. And so now I was out of work. And I remember thinking like, damn, like I don't have a job right now.
Damn.
This is low.
Yeah, this is dark, dude. I got kicked out of my own gym. But like you, dude, I know about Kratom. All these people, you know what's crazy about what's going on with Kratom is people don't want to quit it.
Yeah.
We've had people that are into it and they think that it's not that big a deal.
Whatever, dude. You can't even talk. Never mind.
What?
I was just gonna say, like, dude, that affects your body a lot. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Trying to act like it's no big deal, and you can't even
Yeah.
You have no sex drive.
Yeah.
You have no energy without it. You know how it destroys everything, dude.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, but I think what's getting people with the Kratom is so say like somebody who was doing meth and then they roll into the gas station and start doing Kratom, then they're like they don't want to stop that. So
I was like that for a while. Yeah.
Yeah, for a while.
Yeah.
Until you're drinking 13 a day and spending 130 $130 a day on it, Yeah. But I don't know. It's interesting what's going on with that drug. You know what it is, right?
I've heard a lot about it, and I've heard that it's the same as an opiate or harder to get off of. And like nobody knows anything about it.
Yeah.
But that's why you just do everything the hard way. There's no, just don't take shortcuts. Because I think that's how people are looking at it. Like, it's not
like a
as...
shortcut, or it's not as bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't need any of it.
Yeah, it's not as bad. Or I've heard, I can't do anything. Or then people be like, I kind of want to, I don't know, And
that was me at first. For sure.
I can't do anything, It's like, well, it's like, I'm not one to tell anybody they can't do anything. Because I have a lot of buddies who are in a relationship with weed, who are bad heroin addicts or bad meth addicts, and they use a little bit of weed, And I'm not here to judge their recovery because it works for them, and they don't. Like, I got one buddy was just a bad heroin addict. A few buddies, more than a few, that were bad addicts, and they just use weed at night to wind down on or whatever. And what am I?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. I don't mind. They're running successful lives. Today.
Yeah,
you know
that's
what I'm saying?
my roommates. Yeah.
It's kind of the same for me. Like, I have a couple buddies that are ex-opiate addicts. Like, they conquered the beast, but they still drink a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'll watch them have 2-3 beers and stop. And I'm like, oh, well, that works for you. Because I wouldn't have stopped. I would have drank 15.
Yeah.
And so some stuff's different for others.
Yeah. Everybody's recovery is different.
Yeah.
I know people like that. I know that the alcohol thing, they still like to drink on the weekends or have a few beers. Yeah.
Me neither.
Impossible.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I'll drink 50.
Yeah.
Yes.
100%.
I'm going to oblivion with
Yeah.
whatever you give me.
Yeah. So it's just different, and I don't judge anybody like that.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, all the people that I've worked with all these years, I have so many that still do, and if I would have played the hard card, bro, you're not sober, and I wasn't if I didn't, then I wouldn't be friends with them today. They wouldn't dare to talk to me. I got one buddy who he did that. He he was bad heroin addict, and then he still likes to drink. Well, sometimes he's an alcohol. His alcohol will get out of hand.
Yeah.
It will get out of hand. But guess what? He calls me when it does, and it's funny to watch him. And then he'll go to Costco, buy a bunch of food, get his nutrition dialed, start coming back to the gym, shuts it down with drinking, starts living the SOAR lifestyle. But then he'll still be in a relationship with a cocktail on the weekends, and he that's the way he lives. He hasn't gone back to heroin. But if I would have drawn the hard line and was like, yeah, bro, like you're not sober,
Yeah,
or,
you
know,
can't.
and made it weird, then he would never talk to me and be open with me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and so many people do that.
Yeah.
Like so many people judge other people in their sober journey.
Yeah.
And like, or they're not doing it right and there's only one way of sobriety. And that just turns people away from it at all.
Yeah.
You know, like that's a large reason of why there's no right or wrong way to do this. We each have our own journey and that's hard to understand.
Yeah. It's almost like it'll run its course if it runs its course. The disease will run its course if it runs its course. Like, you know what I'm saying with that? I don't know if I'm saying that right, but like,
That makes sense.
where like it'll either get them where they suffer enough and they're like, damn, like, yeah, it's time for me to shut it down, or it won't. And they'll be able to, they'll just manage it and or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But like because I've been like that. I say I've been a lot like that up until this last Kratom. I always had a little back door open. Like, I'll be honest, before this time with Kratom, like I always have this thing, like if I ever went back, when I go back to Wichita or whatever, and I was with all my buddies, that I was going to like a party with them, you know?
Yeah.
And because I just would want to.
Yeah.
Because like, I don't know. It didn't make sense for me not to. Because I think I in my mind, I'd be like, I just shut it down, and really, it wouldn't be a big deal. I wouldn't just get back on opiates, you know? But now, since this Kratom thing, like that's not real. Like that's not an option. I put with that being on the shelves, there's no way.
It's too damn easy.
There's no way. And I just don't, the work I'm doing now, and it's just, no, I don't need to, there's no option for me to
That's
party.
how I think about it. Yeah, like it's not going to do any good for me. So just don't do any of it. It's not going to benefit, because every once in a while, the thought of like just having a couple drinks or being like a normal person sneaks into my mind, you know, and I start working the steps.
I love not drinking. I like have
so
to
gross,
force
honestly.
it. I gotta like force it into my personality and keep it a forefront of my personality, because like I hate drinking so much that like most of my friends, if I were to crack and like drink a beer, they'd probably be like, dude, no, like what the fuck are you doing? Like, don't do that. Even though they're sitting there. Yeah, I've made it prevalent enough that it's a big enough problem.
Yeah, it was funny. It's funny, dude, because when I was in Vegas, we were at a bar, and with my Cody, my buddy, who's the football coach, and it was like a bar restaurant. It wasn't like a, and I just was sitting there, and I just wanted to see what he'd say, and I was like, damn, bro, I'm gonna order a drink, and he's like, no, you're not.
The fuck you are.
You ain't ordering a drink.
Also, like
I was like, bro, you're a good friend.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, 100%.
Shit. But
sick.
it's just nice to know that. But the disease has run its course, I guess, through me. That's not
No, I get
an
that.
option to do it anymore. Yeah. Anything. Like, I used to think, it's just like our anniversary. I mean, I'll have a couple margaritas with Autumn or something, you know, and no, none of that anymore. And so it's just wild. But I honestly believe that the disease will run its course, and someone will suffer enough before you're going to raise that complete white flag. We're like, dude, I am sober. Mm-hmm. You know, I love Eminem. I heard him say on an interview, it always stuck with me. He's like, dude, you finally realize, he said something along the lines as, you realize it's powerful when you realize that you just can't touch shit. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I can't take anything anymore.
It's almost like relieving. Like, now you don't even have to think about it anymore. You know that's just not an option. Okay, now focus on other stuff. Don't let that have any more energy anymore. I'm like that with even nicotine. Yeah. You know, I even quit that.
I love nicotine. I'm guilty.
Yeah. I'm just like, I just went on a big quitting mission, you know.
Wait, you just barely quit that, didn't you?
No. I quit that 3 weeks after meth.
Oh, yeah. So you've been off of it.
Raw dogging it.
Damn, good for you. Yeah, you should feel good. That's incredible.
That's why I run now. I traded it. Like, okay, we're not going to do this anymore. We're going to do this.
I get you way more of a buzz running.
Yeah, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
connected with so many people. Like
yeah.
it's really cool. The running community and just exercise community here.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
this running club's in Salt Lake. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, we go to this coffee lounge, Cozy Coffee Lounge. Just a bunch of people, random, meet up there, bring their dogs and stuff. Then we run to the park and we do some yoga at Liberty Park. And then we run back and it's a 10K.
So
And
it's or like a 5K out, 5K back, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Dang.
Yeah, and then we get coffee and there's a DJ there mixing music on his deck. And then we just get a coffee and we all vibe and dance a little. And it's cool.
That's tight.
And this was your first week, or last week was your first week? This is your second week. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, and by the end of last week, I was in a group chat with 3 other people. 2 of them are from Pennsylvania.
No way.
You know, yeah, and I'm just so
That's
good
sick.
at meeting people now.
Yeah.
I just like
Yeah.
walk up to everybody like I've known them forever, and then some people actually think that they have known me, which is like
Yeah,
so
yeah.
cool. I think that that's really
that's
God.
that gift I was
That's-
telling you
yeah.
about. That's a
Yeah.
gift, dude. Yeah, that's incredible, the program you're working.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Still-
that's, you're just surrounding yourself with good people. The more you do that, too, the more relationships you build. God, there's like more opportunities come into your life.
Yeah, yeah, because we're supposed to connect with God's children. You know, we're
Yeah.
all supposed to connect. It's not like it's not always easy, but it's not work. The more that you do it, now that's just who I am. You know, and then people will point that out. Like my friends will like point that out to me. You know, that like I'm good at making friends, and that makes me feel like so good. And you know,
Yeah, have you not always been good at making friends?
well, I was pretty like isolated and awkward and closed off, and
When you were a kid?
yeah, I think so. And then you know, alcohol.
Just no confidence?
No confidence, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just barely got confidence working out here and doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I always wanted to be like who I am. Genuinely, I always wanted to be who I am right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just like couldn't.
Yeah, that's sick.
You
That's
know?
what you were saying in the birthday meeting the other week. You're like, I'm finally the person that I love.
Yeah.
That stuck with me for like 2 weeks. Like that lingered, and I was like, dude, I friggin' feel that so much.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah, that was powerful what
Yeah.
you said that night, dude.
That almost made me
yeah,
cry.
I was crying. Like, that was some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was powerful.
Because there's so much that goes into it. And it had me reflecting on when I first came in here, and I hated myself. You know, I
Yeah.
really did. And I was like, I couldn't even sit with myself. We did the breath work the first week I was here, and I was like, holy shit, I have to sit here in the dark and breathe? Like, I can't even do this. And it was because my countenance was just so shot. It was just
Yeah.
like, I can't even sit with this fool. Like, I hate my inner self.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, yeah, I know I'm a loser right now and shit. So, yeah, that, like, hit hard when you said that, because I feel the same way. It's like, now I feel like myself again. You feel like your teenage self again before you were drunk all the time, and
Yeah.
and you got your oomph back. That's, like, the best. I seen that in you. It's sick. You
Yeah.
carry that shit.
Yeah. You do. You're so bright.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like a younger I know a lot of people's minds work like that, like a younger version, or somebody else was just saying the other day, the little boy in me, and I don't know how to do that. That's like, I don't know if I've ever been this person before. I'm just brand new, like I was just born.
Yeah.
You know, because like traumatic childhood and alcohol and the drugs, and it was just like worse. And now I'm like, just
Damn, dude. It's like you're going to break that generational, substance abuse.
yeah, working the steps I think is gonna do a lot for me.
Yeah.
To be a good woman. I want to
Yeah.
be a good woman, and I want to be a good mom, and I want to be just better than what anybody else has ever been. You know,
Yeah.
even if that was the best that they could do, like, I'm going to do better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm so
the way.
proud of you. Thank you, dude. Thank you for coming on here.
Yeah, thanks for
It was
having
good to
me.
get to know you.
Yeah.
Like, just get to know you. I've always kind of known your story, but I was interested to know where you came from, and what brought your journey out here. So I think that's what I love about this podcast. Really just getting to know each other, getting to know you,
Hell yeah.
And I will start working hard for you on teaching you how to be a coach.
Okay.
Yeah, like I talked to you a little bit about that assessment stuff. Like, I want to show you that. That'll help me. too. You know, where like, so a new client comes in and I'll have you do the physical assessment on them. You know what I mean? So the next new person that comes in, I'll have you come with me.
Okay.
And I'll show you all that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Awesome.
So then like, for instance, someone comes in, you're like, me and Frank can introduce you to them and as their coach you're going to work with them for that first week. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So you'll like work and you'll take them through that physical assessment. And I have the physical assessment. It's actually in the manual, and I'll show it to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's really basic, but I'll show you it all. And
this will teach me a
yeah.
lot too, and
Yeah.
help me connect with other people.
Yeah.
And yeah.
so all that I'll do. That'll be my part in my next move with you.
Okay.
So just stay on me. Just be like, dude, what are we gonna do? You're gonna, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
Stay on me about it.
Sick.
Well, thankful for you, and I love you.
I love you too.
Okay.
Thankful for you too.
Yeah.
Nice. Your